And we are in the neighborhood film watchers. We are man-hunted grand. Set it off, Chris, with me. Chris, we
Yes,
have
sir.
made it through the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
The drought is over.
Yeah, yeah.
We are done with mediocre football.
Mediocre.
And now,
Huh?
yeah. Because these
Okay.
games in the grand scheme of things don't really matter. They matter for the individual, but not for the team.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, and now we are on the eve of roster cut day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
And so teams all around the league are starting to, release those little leaks. Oh, we have decided to part ways with player XYZ.
Right.
You know what? Some make me happy, some make me sad.
Okay.
For example, let me tell you about a roster cut that made me happy, Chris.
What makes you happy?
The Lions decided to part ways with Hendon Hooker. That made me happy, Chris. That made me happy because I'm not sure if you remember. I'm not sure you know that we older now, Chris. We got a little gray in the beard. You know what I'm saying? I was a big fan of Hendon Hooker. Skill wise, I thought that he was one of the more talented quarterbacks in his draft class. I'm excited that the Lions decided to let him go because they had Jared Goff. There was no room for him to grow within their system.
Okay.
And it was clear this year that they decided to go another direction, even throughout their preseason games. So now that he's on the street, he gets a chance to go somewhere else and showcase his talents elsewhere,
Yeah. I feel a certain kind of way about Hendon Hooker, and I'm gonna tell you why. Little background, so because he's a Hokie. He was a former Hokie. He was a former Hokie that got a raw deal at Virginia Tech. Ended up got an opportunity to go to Tennessee, showcase his wares. Ended up blowing his ACL out, and then he turned around and got drafted. My problem is they let him go without really giving an opportunity for him to play, or kind of be the heir apparent. See, my thing is,
with Jared Goff, that was never going to happen. Not in their system because Goff works well with Dan Campbell.
I mean, he works well with Dan Campbell, but my thing is that you're finally gonna have Goff without the luxury of having his offensive coordinator, who has now moved on to Chicago. So now you want to have a buffer just in case Jared starts doing Jared type things. You know what I'm saying? So by letting go Hooker, who was a young talented guy, nice arm strength, had different aspects of his game. I think that was maybe a little too quick because let's be honest, between Joe Milton, our boy, and Hendon Hooker, who would you say is better?
Oh, I would have said Hendon Hooker for sure, like without a question. Without a question. So, I was a huge fan of him.
Huge. Right. So you like Hendon Hooker. I liked Hendon Hooker. He got drafted a lot higher than Joe Milton.
I mean, he was a day 3 guy because of his knee.
Okay, but only because of his knee, not because of the talent. Right? Sure. So my question is, what was the problem with keeping him, stashing him on the back burner, and just let him continue to progress? My problem is, if Will Greer's gonna get an opportunity to come back in the NFL and find a spot, why isn't Hendon Hooker a little bit more of a commodity you felt like you wanted to keep, even if you do have a proven starter? Most teams around the league have a proven starter. Why don't you keep a guy on the back burner just in case something happens? Because you know as well as I know, once your starter goes down, you're done anyway. So you still kind of
So that's why I don't really have any apprehension with having a backup that is developmental. Because if you got a dude at quarterback and he goes down for an extended period of time, you're screwed.
You're done anyway.
And you're screwed.
Right. So, if you don't think unless you don't think you're gonna get him back, but 9 times out of 10, you might not get him back. So like we had a couple years back when we had, Cooper Rush, he gave us that 5-game stretch. Rain came back, we were able to get to the playoffs, yada yada.
But then sometimes you have a situation like last year with Dallas, right? Where you got 9 games without your starter. So yeah, that's why I don't really mind having a developmental backup. And I think that Hendon Hooker, if he can go somewhere where he can really plant his roots and grow, I think that he could greatly benefit, man.
And man, I feel bad for Hendon because I
Mm,
think his whole career he's never really. Every time you turn around where he should be getting the opportunity to do his thing, he's always
mm,
got kind of a raw deal. Got
yeah.
that raw deal at Tech, kind of flourished and blossomed at Tennessee, and then he turned around, he gets to the league, blows his knee out because he was
Mm-hmm.
well on his way to being a high draft pick. He
Yeah.
was not going to be a day 3. He was going to be a day 1, possibly day 2 guy with
Yeah.
some guaranteed money where he could be able to stay and work and develop, and then turn around and have this situation. So, man, feel bad for Hendon. Hope he finds a spot, a landing spot, or gets back with Detroit where he has an opportunity to continue to progress, grow, and become the quarterback I think he can become. That's a tough situation. So
Absolutely,
that brought it to your eye, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. But I was happy for him though. Tears of happiness for
Okay.
him because I don't think that Detroit was a place where he could have really planted his roots. Just giving their adoration for Jared Goff.
I mean, they love Jared because he came in, he was able to play, and he was able to get him to places they had been before. My problem is, I haven't seen him without an elite OC ever.
Yeah, sure.
His entire NFL career, he's had an elite, competent OC leading away from him. This is going to be the first year I'm going to see. Okay, what do you have now? Because you don't have the safety blanket, of the guys that you had before. Who got cut that made me go, oh, nobody yet.
So one thing that I think that a lot of people overlook is like how things work for non-vested players when it comes to making it to a practice squad.
Right.
For a player that hasn't been in the league for 3 years, they have to be released or waived, which is the proper term for it, right? Because they have to enter what's called waivers. That allows another team to claim their contractual rights so that they can become a member of that team.
Okay.
If they aren't claimed within that 24-hour period, they can. They then have yes, it is.
Okay.
They then have the option of signing back with the team that released them on their practice squad.
Gotcha.
So
I
said all of that to say this.
Mm-hmm.
Sanders was released by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday, I believe. And people were all up. I'm not going to say up in arms because people realized that at the end of the day, Shallow was an undrafted player.
Right.
His primary talent was hidden, things like that. Kind of not the best in coverage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that this is the end for Shallow Sanders in Tampa Bay.
Right. So if you think about releasing him early, it gets to get through the 24-hour period up to Tuesday where we make our final cuts and we can bring him back and put him on the practice squad a little bit more readily.
Now I believe that I'm don't quote me on this because I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Since he isn't on the roster right now, does that mean that as soon as the cut deadline happens that they could sign him back to the practice squad? I actually don't know that.
But he's got to clear waivers. Like you said, he's got to go through the 48 hours or 24 hours to get through waivers. I think when you start making those those guys, see, sometimes those guys, you try to be kind of sneaky. Like these guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hey, this guy's not going to make it. And then we got a guy, I'm going to drop him in there amongst all those guys and see if I can get him through the 24-hour period faster so that I know I'm going to call him, bring him back. Right. Like I was watching, like I said, I look for my guys. I was like Jordan Bly, punt returner, wide receiver, for the New York Giants. Reason I have adoration for Jordan is because I know his father, Dre, while he was in the recruiting process, and I watched Jordan as he worked out up here. He was at ODU, and then he went somewhere else and things of that nature. So he's kind of been able to do that. So kind of getting him cut, they might try to bring him back for a practice squad guy. Or they might just, hey, he can't make it, things of that nature. But so sometimes people try to be a little sneaky, but as we were looking at the team that we follow and have adoration for, we saw some guys that they let go early, and I was like, hey, them guys is, good to go. They were going to get up out of here either way. So, that's tomorrow's going to be the real big one because they're going to announce certain things, and we're going to give our predictions for our 53-man roster for the Cowboys as well. But some people got some money today too, bro.
Yeah. So when a player is hurt, they get waived with the injury designation. That means that of course they are relieved of their service, but they get a few weeks pay. Just for existence. Just for existence. They get a few weeks pay. But that's not the big news, Chris. That's not the big news. Some people got major dollars. Much to my dismay, and the reason that I say my dismay, I'm in a few group chats, Chris, with multiple Commanders fans. Boy, they gave me fits when two things happened this year. When Micah Parsons requested a trade,
right,
and just now when Terry McLaurin got his contract today. Terry McLaurin got a 3. Hey, look, one thing about it, two things for sure. I am always on the player side when it comes to getting that money.
Got to get that
always.
Bread.
Yeah, I never root for the billionaire.
Right.
Terry McLaurin got a 3-year, $96 million contract, which averages out to $32 million a year. I think that is good. Him getting if DK here, him here, they tags touching. I'm okay with that. I think that's another good contract for him that the Commanders got, because at first Terry was making $15 million a year, which was a steal. Even when they first signed him.
Yeah. They robbed him for a couple of years. They got him under market value big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But the fact that they were able to get that done, just in time for him to play or practice to have a chance to play against the Giants, burns me up inside, Chris. Burns me up inside.
I mean, why does it burn you up inside? I'm not understanding why.
I would want that game to be a tie if I could, but
and both teams end up with half a game. I got you. Well,
at the end of the day, we Cowboys fans, Chris. But I do think that they needed Terry because Debo looked a little rotund when we did see him out in practice.
Hey man, quit trying to be cute about it, man. That dude looking fat.
Hey man,
that dude was looking chunky. He was looking thick. But but my thing is, he was looking thick, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the thing with that is Terry comes back, he gets paid. He gets adequately paid for his services. But I also think it takes the pressure off in that room for Jay Daniels needs to have his number one guy. You got some guys that are going to merge. You got De'Ami Brown. You got guys like that.
He isn't there anymore.
So De'Ami's gone. You got Jay Lane. You got rookie Jay Lane, who's going to be a slot guy. So you're going to be able to move him outside. You don't have a bona fide one. He is a bona fide one in this league, no matter how you try to slice it. Terry McLaurin is a bona fide one. And you want to be able to help that football team because now they have expectations. Last year with no expectations, you could get out there with a Noah Brown and a De'Ami Brown and make it work, whatever you get. Now there's the bullseyes on your back. So now you want to be able to have your number one guy there. Now that's going to be a transition for them to work through because he hasn't been in camp. He's going to have that, have to get calloused up, get into football shape. And they don't have the opportunity to have stutter out the gates because people are expecting them to do big things. So I'm glad he got his money, but he gonna still have to go through the same bumps and bruises as everybody else to get in football shape and be ready to go. So hats off to him. Somebody else got a little bit of bread too, man.
Yeah. This is a little bit outside of the norm, though, right? Trey Hendrickson of the Bengals. It's kind of like they just like agreed to shake hands and agreed to disagree. Trey Hendrickson got a raise this year. So instead of making, I think it was like $14 million this year. Don't quote me. He's now going to make $30 million this year. You can quote me on that one. That's accurate.
Yeah.
but he's still going to be a free agent after this year.
Right.
So they came to an impasse, decided to just make a little bit more money this year, and then either A, franchise tag him, B, attack this contract thing again next year, or C, allow him to just test free agency and figure it out himself.
I mean, I think in that situation, he kind of got a little bit of the money he wanted, but he didn't reach into that next level. So Trey is at that tender age of 31.
He turns 31 this year. He turns 31 on December 5th.
So there you go. So now he's going into that tender age of that, looking at 31, 32, 33, the last kind of 3 heighten of his best quality years as a defensive end. Not saying, he can't play further, but according to most teams, that 28, that 25 to 30, that 5-year stretch, that's they would think you're going to get your most production out of you. Trade to the point of about to hit 31. The Bengals just signing 2 big contracts with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And
the quarterback under contract.
And then the money just kicked in with Joe Burrow, and he just, the Bengals, let's be honest, they're a little bit on the cheap side. Always have been.
Little.
Always have. Hey man, I'm just saying what it is, man. A little bit on the cheap side. So now, they turn around because they had a big thing with Shamar Stewart with his contract and things of that nature. I think they just said with Trey, hey, listen, we just end up having to deal with the young boy that we brought in. He was going to be your replacement anyway. We got all this guaranteed money going to him. We're going to give you a little boost, let you go out here and test the market. If you want to come back, it's fine. We gave you a little bit more money, so you'll know we do want you, but we want you at our price. So, hey, salute to him getting some money. But, Trey's going to put on his best effort this year and try to help a defense that they can't stop a nosebleed. So, that's what the Bengals decided to do.
I agree. It's so they have a weird situation, right? You would think that their defense would be better. Like they got Joseph Osai on the opposite side. They just drafted Shamar Stewart. So you would think that their defensive front will be a little better. On the back end,
I'm not really sure why you would name Shamar Stewart as being a defensive presence because, as we all know, you don't grade rookies. So how can we expect him to do anything? Okay.
Well, I mean that's why I mentioned Joseph Osai first. Osai first. Okay. They got Miles Murphy there. He was another first round pick. Like they have invested like high picks within like the last 5 years. And Joseph Osai was he drafted by the Bengals? Who was he drafted by? Yeah, he was drafted by the Bengals.
Okay.
Like they've spent within like the last 5 years, I want to say like three first round picks on that defensive line. If I got my numbers right.
Math right. Yeah, okay.
Chris Jenkins was the dude I want to say year before last or last year, I forget. He was an inside guy. Man, like they invested some, and he was a day 2 pick. He was just like a second round.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
But
so you would think
that's
from
a guy
a
you
talent
should contribute.
standpoint.
Right.
Yeah, a second rounder, absolutely. You expect him to contribute, right? So, man, the fact that it is as it's always called, historically bad on the defensive side, man, it's a eyebrow raiser because it's like,
well, I mean. But you're looking at a team that was like maybe three years ago. They ended up making it to the Super Bowl because their defense was serviceable. Their offensive line was their biggest problem, and they couldn't protect Joe. And Joe was just pulling rabbits out of his hat, making stuff happen for him. So you would expect the defense would continue to kind of progress forward. They still haven't got the return on those guys you were speaking of, and then the clock ticked that they had to sign these wide receivers. And so I think that's what ended up happening with them, but. They got to make a comeback.
You want me to tell you a secret, Chris?
Go ahead and give it to me.
I don't think I would have re-signed T. Higgins.
Okay.
Now one thing about this. You remember, if you remember 2 years ago, I was a huge fan of Andre Yoshabas. Huge fan.
Okay.
I believe you did that. Crazy that he was a Princeton receiver. Balling like that. I think that he's basically T. Higgins. The way that they use him and T. Higgins the same way.
Okay.
They could have replaced that talent, in my opinion.
So you're saying, so what you're saying,
they got T. Higgins at
talk
home.
about. So because we're going to use this a little bit later.
Sure.
If you got a comparable talent, you probably would have tried to shop that talent to see if you could have brought something back to help the other part of your team that wasn't doing so well.
In that situation, I would have.
Okay. Gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna put a pin in it. Well, well, we know T got some more money. Yeah. Put a pin. Right. Yeah. Put that in the queue. We're gonna come back to that. So you got that going on. So you want to sign T. Higgins. I kind of I don't agree with you. I kind of like a three-headed monster. I kind of like the fact of having a 1A and a 1B where you got if you because if you as much as you like Yosevon, I don't think he dictates coverages the way that T. Higgins does. And I think he may get.
All right, so boom, Chris having some technical issues, right? Seems like he might have froze up a little bit. He thinks that Andre Yosevich doesn't dictate coverages like T. Higgins. Sure, I agree, but you got Jamar Chase on the other side.
Right.
You got it. Right. There we go. Okay, you back. Cool.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, Chris, don't worry about it. I'm a professional, Chris. I can adjust.
I'm glad you are. But what I'm saying is you don't have when you got Jamar Chase on one side, you got T. Higgins on the side. Then I'm looking at this third guy. I'm working against a civilian. So with that being said, I think if you turn around and take Higgins away and make Andre the guy over there, I don't think you get the same kind of looks and same kind of coverages. So I think he's able to live in a space in a world where his 600 yards and maybe 4 or 5 touchdowns makes it to the point you're saying, oh man, he might be better, and then you find out once you get rid of that viable, really number 1B option. Oh, he's just a guy. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And I think that's what I call the Michael Gallup, the Michael Wilson or the Cedric Gallup zone, where a guy is to the point you think he's better than, and when you go somewhere else, you're probably like, man, that dude's just a guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why
I noticed you didn't say one name when amongst that. You ain't say Noah Brown. You ain't say Noah Brown.
Hey, bro. I said a guy. I said a guy. I ain't say somebody, man, who ran Dakota Prescott got paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that guy. So that's my feeling with him. That's my feeling with that guy.
So the Eagles do things, Chris, and it pisses me off. Because I think
what do they do to piss you off so much?
Everything. Howard Roseman is a great GM. Howard Roseman is a good GM, Chris. And I feel like RICO charges be brought up on him sometimes.
Listen, man,
that man is active. That man is active in any sort of roster building. Pisses me off.
Listen, man. You have to sometimes tip the cap and salute guys who just do their jobs. Like when you go to Dunkin' Donuts, shout out to Dunkin' Donuts because I love their coffee. You go to Dunkin' Donuts and you say, hey, give me a regular coffee with cream and sugar. And the guy goes in there, he takes the coffee, gives you he doesn't, I don't know if he measures it. I don't know if there's some magical way they know how much food, but it's always just the right amount of sugar and just the right amount of cream that I can go with my Arabica to get me going in the morning. Howie Roseman just does his job. I see a position that I need to bring a guy back to so he can play. Hey, let me go get it. I got a deficiency here. I've seen these guys practice. I've seen them all preseason. That guy ain't good enough. I know that guy can play. Let me bring him back and put him inside the system. He's in the position of trying to build the best roster possible because he knows his window to make himself legendary is based on what he does today. He's not sitting back and saying, hey, I've won 2 Super Bowls out of the last 5 years, 4 years, whatever, right? Yeah. Two out of the last 4 years. I've won Super Bowl 2 of the last 4 years. Hey, I'm not sitting on that. I'm gonna go ahead and keep trying to build this thing because once you get to a magical number, then there's no way they can't, say, hey, this guy's a legend. And Howard's just doing his job.
He is, man. He is. So they released former first round pick Kenyon Green. And I use the word former first round pick because it's like at a certain point, right? At a certain point in your NFL tenure, you stop becoming, first rounder and you become former first round pick. And that means that like all of the shine on you is gone.
Right? Yeah, they done seen you. Yeah. You've been around, you don't get to live off dead bodies. You don't, those scouts that scouted you and said that you was that guy. Hey, but if you've done enough time in the league, how many years had Kenyon been in the league?
3. I think he signed in 2022.
Hey,
I think he was drafted in 2022. Let me say
Hey. Put a pin in that too. Put a pin on that one. Okay. Third year guy, huh?
He's an offensive lineman. He's an offensive lineman. A lot of times, an offensive lineman come in the league, and he was drafted in 2022. Just confirm that. Offensive lineman, either you are or you're not. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying.
If you're a first rounder, either you are or you're not, right? So put a pin in that. Go and write a pin in that. 3 years. Okay, 3 years. All right, no problem.
But then they immediately went and got another guy. You know what I'm saying? They
a former guy that was in their system already.
Yes. What was his name? Give me a second.
Yeah.
I can figure. Well, but in the meantime, Tanner McKee, their quarterback, was injured. So they're probably going to put him on IR. Like I think he had like a shoulder issue or something like that. Hope he gets well soon. But they traded for a quarterback. They're making moves to secure their team. Rome, CFT in the building. Salute to
what's
you,
up, big
bro.
guy? How you doing, man? What's up, bro? Yeah, I mean, but that's a great situation for them. They keep moving and they keep trying to make moves.
It pissed me off though, Chris. It pissed me off because why can my team be like that?
Bro, because there's no chance of anybody getting fired, man. Yeah. There's no chance of the people up top saying, you know what, you're out of here. You're gonna lose your job because they've made a profession. And with that being said, you're gonna continue to have kind of the moves that they make and thinking that they want to be right. Because see, they want to be right about Joe Milton. And they gave a draft pick up for him.
Yeah, Joe Milton was a 4th round draft pick for them, Chris.
Okay. Was he a 4th or a 5th? He was a 5th.
5th round.
He was a 5th. So he's a 5th. So he's gonna make this football team.
Yeah.
To them. Because they could have got him, because they could have got a running back. Because they could have got Caleb Johnson with that 5th. They could have got a running back. So he's gonna make this football team. I just believe that because other teams are trying to strengthen their weaknesses so that they can have their other players showcase. Because let's be totally honest, the Eagles are a run first defensive type football team, and that's what they're going to end up doing, and that's what they're looking at. So so that's what they're going to try to do, and that's what they're going to try to secure certain things.
Stevie Mac was good, fam.
Big Stevie,
what's good with your
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And man, where your boy Shaheem at?
Oh, Shaheem in here. He here talking that trash as usual.
Okay, all right, no problem.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Chris. And I want to get into a 53-man roster prediction. Shortly. Don't worry. I've spent a good portion of the day putting it together. I think that I got it. I think that I got it, Chris. I think I'm.
You think you got it?
I think I'm gonna get like 51 of these correct, Chris. I think I'm gonna get about 51 of these correct. I think I got a smoker, Chris.
Okay. All right.
But the reason that I dislike the Eagles so much when it comes to that, right, is because there's no favoritism in it, Chris. And as I go down this, you're gonna see some clear favoritism. I sent you something today where I said, is it time to move on from CJ Goodwin? That's kind of like a favoritism thing. CJ Goodwin is what, like 32 now? You don't, how often do you give your special teams coach a guy and block a younger, more talented guy? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't
know.
I'm
just using that as an example.
Some teams have a guy who's there that they can trust, do certain things. I think Goodwin goes along the lines of my man Slater from New England, who's been there for years and years being a special teams guy. So I'm curious to see who you trying to, because you listen, man. I'm gonna just start calling you I'm gonna just because you do. I'm gonna just start calling you the Richmond Blackbeard. Because you love to put a person on the plank.
That's not true though, Chris.
No,
Chris,
man,
I love CJ Goodwin, but I love progress more though, Chris.
I mean, but some of the guys, I want to see the guys who you want to keep, so that you can kick CJ off. Because it's gonna. I think the guys that you're thinking about, it's gonna be. That's a real white flag if them guys got to play more snaps. Because I'm always wanting to keep my younger guys at the GOAT status.
See, that's B-Bird. That's why I rock with you. Let somebody else that can play another position take that role, man. That cornerback room need people, man. That cornerback room need people.
It really don't, man. And the thing about it is that some of the guys that you want to keep, they need to be at GOAT status, man. Jeff Heath GOAT status. And so hey man, I'm just being honest. So you trying to get people a little bit more. So let's get to it, because I want to see if you think how I think, how serious we are. So let's go ahead and get the easy ones out the way. Give me your quarterbacks, my guy. Give me your quarterbacks, my guy, on offense.
Cowboys are only keeping 2 quarterbacks, Chris. Dak Prescott, Joe Milton. I think that nobody really is checking for Will Grier. I think that Will Grier can be told, hey, your key card is not going to work for a day. Just chill out,
Chill out.
Don't cancel none of your bills.
Don't.
Take the wife and kids out. You got the day off.
You got the day off. Gotcha. Okay.
And then he'll go back to the practice squad.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I got you there. Okay.
I don't think that'll ever be an issue. I don't think that but the people that'll be checking for Will Grier, don't worry, Hendon Hooker's out there too.
Okay. So you wouldn't try to go get? Will you not try to go get better at that position? Because like you like to say, my quarterback. Hold on.
You playing with my heartstrings there, Chris. You playing with my heartstrings.
Okay.
Because guess what? I already got one Tennessee quarterback. Which one did I like better just a few minutes ago? I liked Hendon Hooker better, right? So you playing with my heartstrings.
Okay. All right.
But do I want to get a better project? Maybe, but I wouldn't. Maybe the Cowboys wouldn't do it because Joe Milton is already a draft pick.
All right. Okay. I just want to see if you stand on the wall. I just want to see if you keep 10 toes down. All right, no problem. So my quarterback room is set. Okay. I'm gonna go to another room.
Go ahead. I'll let you pick, Chris. Don't worry, I have the list right here. I'll let you pick.
You got the list? Okay. So my running back room. That's my next spot. So we're going with Javonte Williams.
Yep,
check.
He's on there.
Jaden Blue.
Yep, he's on there.
Check. Okay. Here's the guy who I think should be on there, but I think they made him go ouch.
There we go.
Phil Maffa. Phil Maffa should have been my third guy, right? But I think they walked into the training room and they hit him with the infamous.
That's not true. That I can tell you exactly what happened, Chris.
Okay, tell me what happened. B.
On Thursday afternoon. Matter of fact, it was really Friday morning. Friday at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Phil Maffa woke up. He woke up parched, and he got up to go get himself a drink of water. Hit his big toe on the bed rail.
But he played Friday night, so it had to be Friday night, Saturday morning.
Okay. See, there you go. See, you more tapped in than I am.
Okay.
It was a catastrophic toe stubbing, Chris. There we go. And they told him that, man, it looked like that might have hurt your shoulder too.
Oh, so the toe connected to the shoulder. Okay, I got you.
Sciatic nerve. You know what I'm saying? Sciatic nerve.
The sciatic nerve got pinched. We're going to have to sit you down. Okay, all right, okay. So Phil Moffitt to the side. Yeah, I know. My toe is connected to my sciatic that bothered my shoulder. Okay, so that cleared the way for man, I don't even want to say this dude's name, man, because I really don't think this dude deserves to be on this NFL football team. But that clears the way for 27, right?
Old Miles. Old Booby Miles.
Yeah.
You
let Booby spin, huh? We're going to let him spin?
So here's the thing, Chris. I think that Miles, prior to game, was it 2 or 3 that he played in? It was 2.
He played in 2, right? Yeah. And looked terrible.
Prior to that one where his vision looked compromised, right? He looked like he was sitting alongside ex-Steelers running back Najee Harris, and had one of his eyes missing now as well, right?
Okay.
I thought that Miles had a good chance of making this roster. I thought that we would see a refreshed Miles Sanders. I was wrong. I was led astray.
Yeah,
Borderline.
You was running amok.
Borderline hoodwink.
Not borderline. You was bamboozled. You was hoodwinked. You was led astray. You got ran amok. Right. I got you.
And man, I think that he kind of him having a poor game and Mappa having a good game, a game where he looked like he graduated from Fall Forward University. You hit him, he getting the extra 5 just off of the muscle. I thought that was the moment where Phil Mappa earned his spot.
Gotcha.
But I also think like 31 other teams in this league have a Phil Mappa. So it was going to go one of two ways. Either he was going to say ouch and be able to,
go to injured reserve.
Just chill on injured reserve. Or Phil Mappa would have been one of those guys that I think could have went to the practice squad very easily. I said this on last week's show when we were on Bluff City Cowboys. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Not only on his show, but on ours as well. On the show that we were a guest with him on. Hopefully you tapped into that. But yeah, man, I think that 31 other teams have a Phil Mappa. 31 other teams have I won't mention the other guy name yet. Where they're not worried about going to get another team's project running back.
Okay.
I don't think that was going to happen. I don't think that he was going to be any danger of, if he was waived, that he wouldn't have had any.
You couldn't have got him back. You
Yeah.
wouldn't have that chance to get him back. But if you put him on injured reserve, you keep him inside the building. He knows he's cut. You can treat him. He can still kind of be in the treatment room. He can still work out. He might not be able to practice, but you don't get to take the playbook away from him, so he can continue to look. So those are your 3 running backs. So you turn around.
Well, hold on, Chris. Okay. There's one other guy that is in that room.
Hey, man.
He's in that room.
Stop it, man. Stop.
He's in that room. But you agree that, man. You agree that Hunter Lipke is making the most. We both agree there.
Oh, yeah, because I think
when they have meetings, when they have their installs, what room does he go in?
He's a halfback, so he does a little bit. He's your real full-time running back. Swiss Army knife. So he's gonna do halfback stuff. He's gonna do a little bit of fullback stuff if you need it. He's gonna do a little tight end stuff. So Hunter Lipke is gonna be your fourth guy. Because I think we're gonna turn around. Yeah, he's gonna be your 4th guy in your running back room, because I think he kind of, like you said, he pulls 2 jobs. They got him like, he's Jamaican. He do the cooking and the cleaning, the ironing and the welding too. He's gonna be doing that this year because he's gonna help out in the tight end room a little bit. So when we go to this next position,
gotta catch those passes that get thrown his way though.
He's got to catch them. So he's got to get on the jugs machine. They got the Monarch, so get on the Monarch machine and start catching it. So if you go to your tight end room, I'm looking at, you got Jake Ferguson, Big Bank Jake. Jake. You know what I'm saying? Bring me my money, Jake. You know what I'm saying? You got Jake, and then you turn around. You got Span Ford, who came back today at practice, so you saw him. And then it gets kind of iffy, because I think, man, you
explain
go ahead and
why you think it gets iffy, Chris. Because when we were in pre-show, you said something that I wasn't quite jiving with. Go ahead, explain why you think it gets a little sticky at that third time.
I mean, because we have friends, like real friends in real life in these YouTube streets. My big homie John Herndon hit me up and said, I want to know if you're serious about building a competitive roster that can go win, and I'm a confession I'm gonna have to say to you, because we had said a couple shows back that we wasn't gonna do something, and I was sitting here Sunday, and
I know
I kind of want to get.
I know, Chris.
Hey man. It was on the Sabbath, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And I was sitting there, and I turned my TV on, and that
Mhm.
that little end came across my TV screen, and I kept seeing clips and kept seeing clips. So, but we'll talk about it afterwards. You can stone me later. But
I'm not upset, Chris. I'm just disappointed.
no, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna talk about it because there's content in there. So, I turned around, I looked at it, and I said, if I want to be.
All right, so boom, Chris having more difficulties, right? So what Chris was talking about is the possibility of improving your roster through trading the tight end Luke Schoonmaker. I guess you could say second round pick. I'm not quite sure how much.
Not 18.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Now
okay.
You back.
So to build the most competitive roster available. So I do have an asset in my tight end room that somebody might be able to use. And I might be able to call, maybe a team in Los Angeles, maybe a couple other teams across the board that might need a young, viable, right? Guy who beat up on Amazon drivers and Uber drivers and pizza delivery dudes, and a young Schoonmaker.
Yeah, sure.
I don't need Schoonmaker on this football team for me to be competitive. I cannot allow valuable assets to leave and go elsewhere when I can go ahead and get something from them, because I need to add in a couple of different rooms. So if I'm gonna be for real, I'm only gonna carry 3 tight ends. I'm gonna
I agree with the number.
Yeah,
I disagree with the personnel. I believe that they keep Schoonmaker on the final 53. When I say final 53, that's what you're gonna see on Wednesday after they tell some dudes stay in the area, don't cancel no bills, you got the day off, and then they're able to put guys on like injured reserve and things of that nature, and then they bring those final guys back. That's what I consider the final 53. You probably get that like Wednesday afternoon, maybe even Thursday morning. So
I'm gonna get rid of Schoonmaker for Faraday. For the undrafted free agent Faraday. Yeah. They've already let Tyler Neville. They've already released him. So that story is gone. They already released him. They may be able to get him back. They'll probably definitely get him back for the practice squad. But I'm definitely cutting Luke Schoonmaker, cutting the losses and keeping Ronaldo Faraday.
Trying to trade Schoonmaker elsewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to trade him. I'm trying to trade him to get somebody. I'm trying to trade him to get something, to get an asset. Maybe trade him somewhere, maybe get a running back. Maybe trade him somewhere and get maybe a rotational defensive tackle.
I would love that. I would be unhappy with the trade, but I would love that we get some help.
Yeah, I need to get some help. in some other areas. And if he's an asset that I could use, I'm definitely be able to do that. I'd love to get him.
Okay.
And
B Bird said it. Schoon and Mozzie are locks because the Joneses don't want to admit that they were wrong. So that's a thing right there.
Hey, B Bird, B Bird, and shout out to B Bird, man. And if you're not locked into him, if you haven't, liked, shared, or subscribed to his show, man, I love listening to B Bird, because B Bird always speaks it from not from so much the player, but he's saying the organization, like he said, don't want to be proven wrong. They've done it before. They let Taco walk after 3 years. They got him up out of here 2 or 3 years. So listen, sometimes you got to say, if I'm going to be the best, field the best team I can, and that goes just with me, B Bird. If I'm going to field a competitive team, I'm trading Schoonmaker. There's another guy I want to trade too, but that's I need to be able to figure out, can I do that so I can put the best team I can on the field. Go ahead.
Okay. What's your next position?
Well, I mean, let's go to the position, the room that you alluded to it in our show with Marcus on Bluff City Cowboy on Wednesday. The wide receiver room. I think your wide receiver room shakes out as such, and I think that goes back to your guy about favoritism in that room. I'm thinking if you go ahead and you go with CD Pickens, you're gonna go with my other short guy.
Kavontae Turpin.
Who talks fast, runs fast, drives fast. Kavontae Turpin. And then my 4th and 5th guy, it's a battle between.
Is it really a battle?
Yes, it's a battle with Jalen Brooks and Ryan Florida because I'm trading another guy to that room. I'm gonna see if I can find somewhere I can unload Jalen Tolbert and get something from Jalen
This
Tolbert.
is the one that I believe could happen. I earnestly believe that there are teams that could use a 700-yard receiver. There are teams that could use an extra touchdowns. A 2024
touchdown leader, touchdown receiver of a team, of an NFL franchise.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that there are teams that, if they are really starving for talent at the receiver position, they can use it. They can use it.
Absolutely.
So Pittsburgh ain't signed nobody. I think that the Steelers could use some receiver talent. So there are viable trade partners for Jalen Tolbert. But until that happens, I do have him on the final 53. I'm the type of person where you got to show me until it happens. You know what I'm saying? You got to show me. If Jalen Tolbert is on this team, there we go. He's back. Oh no, he's gone again. But don't worry about it. He'll come back. If Jalen Tolbert is on this team, I think that it's pretty cut and dry. I think that Ryan Flournoy would have that last spot sold up because he plays special teams. I think that if you're going to be at the bottom of a position, then you better be pretty good on special teams. And Ryan Flournoy he'll run fast and tackle some people. He'll run fast in a straight line and be able to tackle some people, and that's cool. I think that we're in a position to where we are so good at the top and middle of the wide receiver group that I wouldn't bet my eyes twice about getting rid of Tolbert. Yes, he was your 2024 touchdown leader. But you got George Pickens now, right? So if you can get some defensive tackle help, because I think that, as we saw today, your cornerback room, as it gets healthier, will work itself out. Your running back room might, with roster cuts and things of that nature, work itself out. Your D tackle room, you've seen your starters play. You got the chance to see your starters play in 3 preseason games, and that is what you're going to get in the middle. And sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. And give me 2 seconds. Let me get Chris back in here. So until you bolster that room, that's what you got. You got Perion Winfrey. You got Ernest Brown occasionally helping out in the middle. You got Mozzie Smith. You know what I'm saying? You got Tommy King. I'm not gonna try and say his last name. Don't get me to do it. So yeah, man. I think that if you're gonna do one of these trades, like Chris said, trading Luke Schoonmaker. There we go. He's back.
Hey man, it was the dogs, man. My dogs busted in. As everybody know, I'm a grandfather to a pit bull, and he kicks the door in. So and all that went crazy. But I had my do not disturb on B because I know you be on me behind that. I got you. So go ahead, brother.
So I was saying that I wouldn't bet my eyes twice about trading Jalen Tolbert because you've already upgraded at the position. You have George Pickens. And the only area that I would really look to upgrade is your defensive tackle room, because like we've seen today, health is the one thing that is stopping your cornerback room. Your cornerback room gets better just by time passing. Your running back room, I think that can just get better just by osmosis, just by time just passing. But your D tackle room, you've gotten a chance to see your starters play for 3 weeks. And so that kind of is what it is. Well, I can filibuster with the best of them, Chris. Glad you're back.
Oh man, you did your thing, man. Like I said, he turns around, man. He wanted to see me, so he just came on up and hollered at that big fella. Yeah,
the game is the game. So Chris, this offensive line room, I had a little bit of trouble kind of getting through this one and figuring out who would probably make this final 53-man roster.
Okay.
So you got your 5 stars. You got Tyler Guyton, you got Tyler Smith, you got Cooper Beebe, you got Tyler Booker, you got Terrence Steele. Those are your 5 guys, right?
Gotcha.
Now, I had to struggle to decide if I wanted 9 offensive linemen or 10. Right? Last week I had 10. This week I have 9.
Okay.
Because we we have health on our side.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna go Nate Thomas, Brock
Okay.
Hoffman, TJ Bass,
Okay.
and how do you Hakeem Adeniji.
John, you going to Adeniji?
Yeah, I'm going
Okay.
Adeniji over Ajani Cornelius.
Okay. Why?
I
Why?
think that in the games where we got to see Hakeem Adeniji and in some practices, he looked like he was a bit better.
Than
On the
Cornelius?
right. Yeah. So I think that if I was just gonna take a chance on the last guy, it would be him. Now, that doesn't mean that I believe that a Johnny Cornelius would be like a practice squad candidate for sure.
But I think go ahead. I'm gonna let you
because
go.
If everybody wanted every team's bottom of the roster O lineman, I think that there would be none on practice squads. I think that Johnny Cornelius could make the practice squad. Now it was a coin flip between those two. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
It was.
Right.
It was. I think I asked you this last week.
You did.
I think I asked you if you had to pick between one of those two, who would it be? I think. Did you say Cornelius or did you say?
I was. Yeah. I'm a Cornelius guy. I like Cornelius. I like Cornelius better.
But just when you got a chance to see. Oh, and at first I didn't think that TJ Bass was going to make this team, but man, it was crazy. On last Friday, he looked like he was in the group that he was in. He looked like he was the best lineman on the field.
I think he made great strides at playing center, and I think that's what helped him go forward, because I think you wanted to keep Hoffman to be able to be your swing guy at guard or one of your guard guys, and then he could do a little bit of center, and because Nate Thomas gives you the ability to play guard and tackle, he becomes your emergency reserve guy there. I think for me, the guy who kind of fell back, and I think we didn't talk about it, but Assam Richards kind of fell back, which opened the door for Adeniji and Cornelius for them to be to the point where you feel like you want to keep, and you're battling who you want to let float out there, because finding good, serviceable offensive linemen, even if it's at the bottom of your roster, they're few and far between. So people want those guys. Go ahead.
I did just see this. Kenny Pickett was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. So the Browns are now, instead of going with 4 quarterbacks, going with 3.
Yeah, well, I think they were going to do that anyway. But that goes back to our news, our kind of roundup before. It kind of lets you understand that Flacco is your old guy. Dylan Gabriel shows you promise in certain situations about timing and letting the ball go and things of that nature. But it also gives to the point that Shedeur was always a top 100 player in this draft and one of the top five quarterbacks.
Now that's not to say that he didn't have his flaws, of course.
Of course,
because I didn't have him as a first round guy. I was pretty vocal about that. But
well, I mean,
the fact that he was picked in the 5th, was a little crazy.
Absolutely.
Like not even a little crazy. It was wild.
That was asinine. That was crazy for the most part. But but that assures him getting back and getting to the practice squad and things of that nature. But it also shows, man, very few that COVID year has shown to wreak havoc across the board in a lot of different ways. With Pickett going to his 3rd team. This is what this is number 3. This 3rd team in 3 years. And then you still got guys playing college football who need to be, at service counters at Enterprise or somewhere, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can't be 26, 27 years old, man, without an injury history, man, and still talking about I want to play college football, man. Go get a job, man. Get into the workforce.
So, Chris, last week I had 10 players on offense. 10 players on the offensive line, excuse me. I had a Johnny Cornelius
To the practice
on
squad
there,
or on the roster?
On the roster, and I just had to scratch him out. Because we had a influx of health in Trevon Diggs.
Okay.
Last week I thought, okay, he may start the season, on IR and be one of those guys to come back after 4 games. Turns out that's not the case. Great.
He don't need. He don't need no turkey. He don't need none of that. He just ended up going somewhere where he gets a 1v1 type work to work on his injury and be able to come back. Or, maybe last year. Because nobody's ever going to confirm where he worked out at last year.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody's going to confirm.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So him coming back on the defensive side, where you turn around and get your top 3, Trayvon, Kyrie Elam, and you put Bland. Now that's the person. Now, if anybody, go ahead. If anybody didn't want him to show up,
is Kyrie Elam still your other cornerback?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's my better outside guy. As much as we see, here's the problem, and it's hard to argue because Bland was all pro, right? And with the 6 interceptions, 6 touchdowns, should have been defensive player of the year because anybody else do that, they end up being defensive player of the year. But it just so happened that they picked the guy, that they started counting yards and stuff like that. And not saying Patrick
only 1 year. It was only 1 year.
Yeah, only 1 year. But this guy broke an NFL record. So should have been defensive player of the year. So we kind of really should have had back-to-back defensive player of the year. Diggs 1 year, Bland the next year. But Bland shows his flaws and his weaknesses in his game when he's outside alone by himself. I think him being able to be in the slot, that's where he does his best work. And most teams are deploying their most dangerous asset into the slot. You know what I'm saying? You're getting the Justin Jeffersons, you're getting the Puka Nakuas, you're getting the CD Lambs, you're getting those guys in the slot. So I want to have an absolute monster in the slot, which Bland is. Kyrie Elam is really shown to be very beyond serviceable, really good on the outside. And then Trayvon Diggs has got a chip on his shoulder because you turned around, you took money from him. You had you had a lot of the fan base, not all. It's definitely not me. A lot of the fan base that was against him, and I think he goes out and shows that he's back to being that guy. And I think honestly, you kind of want that. You want somebody to test him so he gets a chance to go get his money back. Yeah. So I think those are your top 3. Now you come with your other 2 corners. Who is your first corner that you're keeping if you're going to go with? How many did you go with? Did you go with 6 or did you go with 5?
I went with 6. I originally had 5. I had to add right.
Okay.
So of course you got Diggs, Bland, Elam, right?
Gotcha.
From there I went Zion Childress.
Okay.
Israel Mukwamu. And I kept Kalen Carson on the roster. Kalen Carson is a guy who got hurt. We haven't been able to see him. Shame. That's a shame. But I don't think that Kalen Carson would be a guy that you could put out there and hope to get on the practice squad. I don't.
Absolutely.
I give Kalen Carson fits. Give Kalen Carson fits.
You are not a Caleb Carson fan. You are to the point that he was a rookie last year. You didn't judge him, but you believe he does have enough talent and he's good enough that he'll make a squad somewhere. So I'm
there. We
go.
Gotcha. I think that you just gotta, unless they're gonna put him on IR, which we have not seen any indication of that yet. There hasn't been any talks. I've asked.
You checked around?
I have
no
asked.
Action?
No talks of him going on IR yet.
No.
He has said ouch, but he legitimately said ouch. He legitimately said ouch a few weeks ago. But there have been no talks of him going on IR yet, as far as my people know.
Yeah, I didn't want him to have no cooking accidents, maybe tripping down the stairs or anything. I just want to make sure. He
making some bacon and the grease get on him real bad.
Those hurt. Those hurt. So I got you. So so those are your 6. I won't fight you on that. I won't fight you on that. I'm not putting Zion Childress out there. I think Zion Childress has a huge upside.
Island Turtle would get scooped up fast.
Yes, he makes this. He makes it. Yep.
Fast. There's no way that I would ever consider putting Childress on there, even less so than Kalen Carson.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So we went outside. You went outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna go inside on you. Let's go with your defensive line.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start on the edges.
Okay. So on the edges. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they made it a little hard for me, Chris. They made it a little hard for me. Okay.
Okay.
So of course you got Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is gonna resign in Dallas. I really
okay.
Matter of fact, either do it or don't. Don't make me wait no more. Either do it or don't. But I got somewhere to be.
Okay. All right. All right. So Michael.
And this is in no order, by the way. Because you got too many names at this point. Then it's just rotational guys and things. So no order here. Marshawn Nealon, Dante Fowler, Donovan Ezaraku, James Houston, Sam Williams.
Okay. Okay.
I believe that Sam Williams make this roster.
You think Sam Williams makes this roster?
I believe that Sam Williams, like you've said for two other guys before this, if you want to improve your team, Sam Williams could be a piece that you trade.
Boom. I am okay. So I'm thinking with Sam Williams, I trade him and then I keep I keep my other guy, golly, and I was just thinking about him. Oh gosh.
Inside or outside?
He's the defensive end.
Ernest Brown?
No, not Ernest. Come on, not Ernest. Jesus. Huh?
Not James Houston?
No, James Houston makes my squad.
Who else?
He had a couple. Oh golly, and it's gonna drive me crazy. He's gonna come when I start talking about the defensive tackle.
Peyton Turner.
No, because I think Peyton Turner. Peyton Turner. That's why I'm looking with him and Sam. I don't think Peyton has any. I don't think Sam Williams has trade value, right?
Yeah.
Peyton Turner was kind of supposed to be your chase down, back down guy, and I got another guy that. Oh, gosh, it's driving me crazy because we were talking about him earlier, and I had him on the tip of my tongue, but we'll get back to him. But
sure.
Sam Williams is my guy that I put on that I try to find out. Can I find something else better? Can I get him and maybe get another defensive tackle? Because my defensive tackle room is missing one of my guys. Because with my defensive tackle room, I'm going with from top to bottom. I'm going Osa, Simon Thomas. I'm going Perion Winfrey.
Yeah,
I'm going with him. My other defensive tackle is somewhere else, and then my last guy is Jay Toya. Okay, I'm going.
Actually have Ernest Brown over Jay Toya.
Why?
I think that if you wanted someone today, and Jay Toya is a practice squad guy for me.
Okay, I got you.
Ernest Brown, I think, is more ready today, and I think that, especially the third preseason game early in it, proved it. Ernest Brown is good at. Even I don't even think that he's like one tech size, if I recall. I don't know his weight. He's kind of light, but he's good at getting like those double teams. They had him lined up in B gap on one play, and him and was it Winfrey or Mozzie on that play? But man, both of them did B gap things. They ate up 2 blocks and let their edge rusher man seek and destroy missile. So I think that he's earned a spot on this team. I do think that he's earned a spot on this team.
What was one of the defensive ends you cut? Name all the defensive ends you cut.
Tyrus Wheat.
That's who it was. That's who I had on my. That's who I had. So if I'm going to get rid of Peyton Turner, I can keep Tyrus Wheat and have him back up Nealon. That's who I want. I wanted Tyrus Wheat. Because Peyton Turner hadn't shown me a lot. Tyrus Wheat, even though he did have a couple of, late hit fouls and things of that nature, he was just showing me that effort. So I think I wanted to keep Tyrus Wheat over Peyton Turner. That's what I wanted.
he's been a practice squad guy for 2 years now. Talking about Tyrus Wheat. So I think that if they do like him, that they would do it again.
Right. What? Keep him on the practice squad?
Yeah. He's been a practice squad guy for 2 years.
Yeah, but do I get more upside with him than I do with Peyton Turner? Because I don't remember him Peyton Turner's name all preseason.
No, I don't. I think he's disappeared. I think he disappeared. Which, hey, that's a good thing for the competition around him. Like that just means that the competition around him stepped up because I think the edge rusher is a good room for us. Edge rusher is a deep room for us.
Oh yeah, you're deep. That's what I'm saying. But that's why I can put Sam. That's why I can put Sam. If you didn't hear Peyton Turner's name because of the names around him, then that's his fault. You know. Right. Okay. So that's what I'm saying with my edge rush room. So back to what you were saying, Micah, James Houston, Dante Fowler, Izaraku, Marshawn Nealon, and then I'm going.
And Sam Williams, if he's still, personally, I say Sam Williams if he's still on this team. If he gets traded, cool. The game.
Listen, man, I need to get better. I need to get better, and I need to get more competitive, and I need help in my defensive tackle room. I need to fill that fourth. I need to fill that fourth guy. I need to fill that fourth guy. That fifth guy, I can get Tommy back. I think I can get Tommy back on the practice squad. Definitely. I think I can get Jay. You want to keep Jay on the practice squad. I want to keep Jay on the team. If you want to keep Ernest Brown, okay, he can help you immediately. But my fourth best defensive tackle is not on this team right now. Because I'm definitely trying to find. I've been on the hole with Los Angeles since Saturday, like Saturday night about 12:30. I was hoping somebody to pick up. They got really nice elevator music waiting on hold because I'm trying to get somebody to pick up the phone so they can get Mozzie and I can get something for Mozzie. I definitely want to be able to do that. So Mozzie and Sam Williams are both up out of here. Packed up and on their way up out of here.
Okay. Well, Chris, the last room that we have outside of your specialists is your linebacker room.
Oh man, yeah.
And I do think that's pretty cut and dry, right? Because there's only two that you aren't keeping. So everybody except Buddy Johnson and Darius Harris. You're keeping Kenneth Murray. You're keeping Maris Leofau. You're keeping Jack Sanborn. You're keeping Shamar James. You're keeping Damone Clark. Justin Barron is probably going to be a practice squad guy because he's your undrafted rookie. So he has less time in than the other two guys. And so Overshown is going to be on injured reserve. He'll have to eat a little bit of turkey.
Definitely. He eating turkey, stuffing, potato salad, devil eggs, all that stuff. Mac and cheese. He getting it all in. Right. Now, what about the young Clark kid? What do you think about him? You think you get him to the practice squad?
Damone Clark?
No, not Damone Clark. No, is it Adrian Clark? Because I think he might be in your safety. Safety. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the Elijah Clark. There we go. Elijah Clark. My fault. Yeah, Elijah Clark.
I think that he could. And guess what? If not, then that's kind of the cost of doing work. But I don't think that Elijah Clark, the safety room especially, I don't think that there was ever going to be a competition, and it sucks. I don't think that there was a competition in the safety room at all. It sucks. I think that they went into this year, it was just 4 guys that were in consideration, and that kind of is what it is.
Hey man, listen. Let's finish this linebacker room. Let's get that because we're gonna talk about this safety room. Because I can.
I just finished it. I just finished linebacker.
Okay. So
we're going in with 5.
With it?
Yeah, we're going in with 5.
Okay.
And when Overshown comes back, after Thanksgiving,
somebody got to say
he got hurt late last year. He played 11 games, I want to say.
Right.
So I hope he can come back this year. I hope he can.
Yeah. I know. I think he does.
I hope he can come back after Thanksgiving. But if not, then hopefully he's ready for the year after that. But yeah, I'm not looking for Overshown until after Thanksgiving, especially because this is second ACL.
Gotcha. And he got rolled up on. Yeah. Okay. So your safety room.
Yeah.
The safety room, you said it was 4 guys.
Yeah, 4 guys.
That's all I want to say. So you want to
Malik
say
Hooker,
Malik Hooker,
Donovan Wilson, Wanye Thomas, Marquise Bell.
Hey man.
Same as last year.
Hey man. We say we trying to be serious, right?
Oh yeah.
We trying to be competitive, right?
You gonna say that Marquise Bell don't need to make this team?
Oh no, I ain't got a problem with Marquise Bell making this team.
Oh, okay. Who?
I ain't got a problem with Hey man, Donovan Wilson can find something else he can do, man.
Absolutely. Donovan Wilson could be trying for a roster spot on another team, but on the safety position, it seems like once they find a guy, they just keep him there until he decides to retire.
But the Clark kid could play safety as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we keeping a guy who we know is piss poor in coverage, right? You know, and not great in space and tackling.
Yeah.
Let me go get a young boy and let him make his mark and make his mistakes. Because you're gonna float. Is Israel's not in your second? You got Israel in your secondary room?
Izzy's like a nickel guy. He's on my roster.
Okay. He's on your roster.
Izzy can be a nickel guy. He can play both. And
right.
That's a great benefit for him. You know, if your cornerback room happened to be really injured, Izzy would have been more so on the corner side of things.
Right.
But
he can step in. Right.
Yeah. Izzy can do both. Izzy can do a whole lot of nickel things, man. If you just need him as a fifth DB on the field,
right?
Izzy can figure it out.
I have no problem with Bell being on this team. I have no problem with Wanye finally getting an opportunity to play and be on the team. I'm tired of Donovan Wilson. I know exactly what Donovan Wilson is. Like I know what Cooper Rush is, I know what Donovan Wilson is, and I can see. And there is better out there. So if we're going to be, you're not going to show favoritism. We're going to show trying to get better, like you said. Yeah. I let Donovan Wilson walk. I keep the Elijah Clark, and I move forward.
Like I feel like 2 people got let go today that I think could push one of these safeties. Eli Ricks, the Eagles let him go. They relieved him of his duties, and Kayvon Wallace out of New York was let go. He's been a starter in this league for a while. He could probably push one of those guys.
Okay, but I don't know if it's injury or contract. At this point,
true.
It's just
we don't know if it's injury. You're right.
You don't know if it's injury, so that pushes off. But I know right now, play wise, I know exactly, without question, what Donovan Wilson is, and I know there's better out there. And the Clark kid showed me he could probably be better. Yeah, I can deal with that. I can deal with that, man. So, so your specialists are pretty straightforward. You know. Yeah. You know,
you got 4 specialists. You got Brett Anger,
yes,
Brandon Aubrey,
yes,
Trent Sieg, and CJ Goodwin is a specialist. I took him out of the corner room, Chris. I took him out of the corner room. I just put him as a specialist. But here's the thing, Chris. I said this earlier. Is there somebody else that could do CJ Goodwin's job? How long do we have to just give your special teams coordinator, no matter who it is, CJ Goodwin? Like whoever your special teams coordinator is, just say, "Hey guys, hey Mr. Special Teams Coordinator, here's your badge. This is CJ."
But let's be honest, CJ is an outstanding special teamer. If you cut him, who are you replacing him with? Are you replacing him with Flournoy? Are you replacing him with Jalen Brooks? Is that what you're doing?
Ryan Flournoy was good on special teams. For what it's worth.
Okay. Right. Right.
Jalen played some special team snaps. He ran real fast and tackled somebody. Cool. I think Shamar James could do it.
Okay. Shamar James could do it. Okay, but if I'm gonna have one guy that's gonna be on all those different teams, if you're gonna replace him, if you're gonna make him your special teams guy, then that means that gives you the room to keep a guy who you don't want to have the opportunity of losing. And I don't, as much as we love Trayshawn Holden, every team has a Trayshawn Holden.
Every single one.
Every single one. Trayshawn Holden got the least amount of money of any undrafted guy in the league, not just the Cowboys, in the league. So there's kind of a book out on him. Yeah, I think you're able to get him back.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think
He's
I
a
think
practice squad guy for sure. So I
I
think
think
I
you.
got one,
Mhm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got 6 practice squad guys. I got 6. You
Okay.
you you got
Okay.
well. Let me take Phil Maffa off because he went to IR.
Okay. All
So
right.
at Trayshawn Holden, Will Greer, Princeton Fett, Johnny Cornelius, and Rivaldo Fairweather. Those were my practice squad guys that I just had right now. Oh, and Elijah Clark.
Elijah Clark. Okay.
Yeah, those are
So
my practice squad guys that I just had right now, and I didn't even fill the list out.
so if you got those, so that means you're gonna put Flournoy and Brooks on your 5 wide receivers.
I mean, Brooks can go if he doesn't make it. I feel
Okay,
like
but
if somebody wants to give a chance on Jalen Brooks, then they might.
but
I don't think
if you're
that he's talented enough to really worry about losing. But if he does, then the game is the game.
but you're gonna still turn around and you want to have a course. You want to have your core special teams guy. So
Mhm.
are you gonna make Brooks your new?
No,
Goodwin?
I think that's so nobody that I name will be as good as CJ Goodwin today, right?
Okay,
But
right.
if I had to pick a guy, it would be either Shamar James or Ryan Flournoy.
Okay,
I've seen Flournoy do pretty good on special teams. Ryan Flournoy has been active on special teams and he's been pretty good. I think Shamar James could do it. I feel like he can.
Yeah, I feel like right.
I feel like he can.
And I get the most out of him because if my linebacker room does what I expected to do with Overshown getting back, with Damone Clark being able to now start firing, triggering, Louisville being who he is, Sanborn making that step and being steady, and Brooks being and Murray being who he is, that is probably the spot I got. So okay, so you're gonna get rid of
now,
Goodwin
for right now,
James.
as it stands right now, I have 53 players, including CJ Goodwin on the specialists.
Okay.
As it stands right now. But I just always have that question in my mind of, can he be replaced? I feel like
I think he can, but I think it's going to be like another year. If I can get Flournoy here, and he can be a good special teamer, but I think he wants to try to fight for that 4th and 5th spot, on my wide receiver room, and I want to kind of protect Holden. One of those guys that got either Brooks or Flournoy. That's what I want to keep. I want to be able to keep. So I got no problem with that.
I don't know if Brooks makes the 53 right now, as it stands right now.
Okay. You think you bring him back for a practice squad one more year, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he doesn't make it through, then okay. Like I wouldn't cry myself to sleep at night, but I like Ryan Flournoy better.
Okay.
I like Trayshawn Holden better, but he kind of like he's spitting on people. That makes a lot of teams not want him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes a lot, which kind of works out for us. You don't have to have a good year, good behavior. For him, and to go forward. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your 53. That is
my 53. That is my 53.
Man. All right. So are we in agreement with trading Mozzie if we can get something?
I think.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that as it stands right now, you need the depth in the room. Because it's like you don't got nothing back there right now. What would a team give you? Like, well, let me not say nothing. Your defensive tackle room, particularly the 1-tech position, needs help. What would a team give you, or what could you give another team like that to plus Mozzie to upgrade at that position?
No, I'll give you Mozzie. I'll give you Mozzie so I can go get a 5th or a 6th. I'm gonna take that 6th.
No, I wouldn't do it then.
What?
I wouldn't.
Why?
Because if I'm gonna trade him for a 5th or a 6th, I would just take my chances on this year.
Why? If you already wait a minute, hold on, B. Listen, B. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I was out doing my thing Friday night, Saturday morning, right? And I was in a Twitter space I clocked in and checked out, man. These guys was up at like 3:00 in the morning, man. It was so crazy. Shout out to Two Eyes. She was in there talking about her bobcat, her cat doing kind of crazy stuff. And we got into a full-fledged argument about Mozzie Smith, man. And shout out to my man Ben. And my thing is this: if you already know he's bad, you already know what he is, right?
Yeah.
If I could turn around and get a fifth for him to go somewhere else and get somebody else and give them that fifth to get a better guy, why would I just say, oh, well, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to take my 10? You already know he bad. He can't even get you. He cannot get you Jeff Heath GOAT status snaps. Why not go get somebody else? Because if I'm already going to be destitute in that room with Perrion Winfrey, I'm gonna try to fight have him there, and I got Jay, who I know is a year away from being able to be productive. Why not go get another guy from somewhere else who can help with that one tech and give me a 25, 35 snaps? Why not? If I'm gonna lean on Perrion and if I can get another guy from somewhere else, go find somebody off Baltimore's list. Find somebody off Cleveland's list. Go find me a defensive tackle that's better than Mozzie, because you know without question what Mozzie is, and you know it's not good enough. Why wouldn't you do it?
Because you got to at least try to do something this year.
Try to do what? You've been
at the position. Not as a team. I'm talking about at the one tech position. You got to at least try to be competitive this year.
But if you already know Mozzie isn't competitive right now, right? You already know Mozzie isn't competitive. You wait a minute, hold on. Because you said he'd be looking spaced out. You say he don't act like he's disinterested. You said he's not good enough. But you gonna still keep him on this roster and pay him another year and expect him to do more when you know he's not even up to serviceable and not go look somewhere else?
It would have to be a compound thing.
What compound of what?
Let's say I was able to get Tolbert off onto another team in order to get a defensive tackle. At that point, I would feel comfortable relieving Mozzie of his services, trading him to somewhere else.
But first off, you need a better running back. You need a better running back. You need a better.
Oh, as far as trade needs, defensive tackle is number one on my list.
Okay, so if I can get something for Tolbert, right? Team come up and say,
a defensive tackle, like.
So somebody gets
whatever player you're talking about first, defensive tackle.
So if somebody come and say, "Hey man, I ain't got no defensive tackle for you, man," but you know I got this Bryce Hall, I got Breece Hall, I got a running back, right? I can give you. All right, you gonna pass on that running back that you know makes your team better because Phil's gonna probably be out 4 to 6 weeks. Ouch, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna need that, right? I'm gonna need that running back, right? Okay, 4 to 6 weeks, or I can turn around, call the Chargers. Hold on. Yeah, they still got me with this. They still got me with this elevator music. The Chargers they ain't picked up yet, and the Chargers can give me a 5th or a 6th that I can turn around and give Mozzie and a 6th to the Ravens. And get one of them defensive tackles they got a surplus of to help.
Now, see, hold up. Let me think about this. If I could give up like Mozzie and a 6th for a 5th,
if I can give up Mozzie for listen,
Mozzie and a 6th for like a 5th or something like that, maybe.
And I take that 5th and I go get me a defensive tackle from somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, because I need to upgrade. I need to upgrade my defensive tackle. I need to.
So I don't care. Listen, man. If they gonna give me a 6 for Mozzie, I'm taking that 6 and shopping it to get me a defensive tackle, man. I mean, that's my number one priority.
There is dudes out there.
Hey, listen,
whether they've already been released or whether you can trade for them, there will be dudes out there. I know that much.
hey man, the release guys I don't need. I already got a release guy I'm gonna bring back. I need a guy who I know they like, but they figure they can get some value for him because he's not gonna be able to crack that room. I need him. You know what I'm saying? And then I can just, hey man, Mozzie can go get hurt. Or Mozzie can say ouch on the bench or something. You know, say something, but I need to go find somebody right now.
Yeah.
To be able to play, to be able to pair with my D tackle. He might be the fifth best guy, but to me right now, the way he's playing, man, he's like, and man, the only reason I don't keep Tom, I can get Tommy on the practice squad. I think I can cut Maz. Ain't nobody gonna pick up Maz, man. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to get.
I told you what was it like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
No,
I'm trying to grant Mozzie some grace. It's like we don't switch spots, Chris.
I ain't got no. Here's my problem. It's not that we ain't switch spots. I just understand if I want to be for real.
Yeah,
I gotta get some of this dead weight off, man. Some of these guys just miss. You know, we want to constantly. You know, we are a team that drafts well. Sometimes we just miss, man. Sam Williams, that's a miss. You know what I'm saying? Mozzie Smith, that's a miss. Luke Schoonmaker, that's a miss.
Yeah,
it's okay.
2025 class. I mean 2024 class. Excuse me. Well, no.
Is that 23? No. 23. Yeah, 23 class. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a couple misses.
Overshown health-wise, you know. But hey, that's 2023 class is looking a little shaky.
I mean, Tolbert has back. Tolbert has value, but the thing about it is that he has value that you can get something for him.
Tolbert was in 2022, I thought.
Tolbert is a guy of the guys you have on your roster that has value that you can give him somewhere. You're not going to re-sign him. You're going to draft another position. Absolutely. Go get some value back from him.
You probably got his replacement on your roster today.
Yeah. If not, you're going to cut him and bring him back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole point. If I've got a guy who I know I'm not going to re-sign, I got one more year left of contractual control over him. Let me go get something for him. I don't need a compensatory. Let me go get something that I know. Hey, on top of that, I can be able to work with. So that's my feeling.
Absolutely. Cole's Cowboy, what's good, Cole?
Coles,
how you doing, man? Bro? Appreciate you stopping through.
Yeah, man. Thanks for hollering at us, man.
But Chris, man, I think that the main guy who I'll be looking to shop ahead of the deadline is Tolbert. Ahead of Mozzie, ahead of Sam Williams, because I think that Tolbert has the most value. If I can upgrade that defensive tackle room, you know, preferably at the 1 tech spot, then Mozzie can his key card can stop working. He can have the day off until we figure out where he's going. I think you have guys who you can, kind of slide in those different areas. If you want to go kind of like NASCAR, you can go with drop kneeling down inside with Osa, put Dead and put Izzy outside, put Fowler outside, put Micah in A or B gap as a linebacker, and you don't know where it's coming from. You can do that. You can do that with some guys, but I just don't think if you want to be able to get the third down and be at 3rd and 7. And just say, hey, guess what? We about to fire off this way. Yeah,
I don't think I don't think you get that your running game to be, your run defense to get to elite without bringing somebody in to help Osa, to help Solomon, to help Perrion. You got to go find another guy. You got to have a 4th guy, and it's a car crash in there all the time. So you're gonna go through guys. You need bodies.
You need bodies.
For
sure.
So I can put Jay on the practice squad. Tommy can be on the practice squad.
Yeah.
But man, I just don't want to see 58 sitting there, shaking and eating some sunflower seeds, looking up at the Jumbotron, watching the game like me on Sunday. I'd rather see him somewhere else. So hold on. Hello. Oh, they still got me.
They still got you on hold.
They still got me on hold, man. Still got me on hold, and what they're trying.
Chris been trying to trade Mozzie for 2 days, man. The Chargers still got him on hold.
Hey,
man.
I've been trying to trade that dude since Friday night when it was over. As soon as the game was over, I called, man. You know what I'm saying? And I heard all the Chargers, music.
The whole music, their promotional specials, all of that.
All that, man. Getting free tickets, everything, man.
Yeah.
Coming and seeing Bolty and everybody. I'm just tired, bro.
For sure. Man. Chris, we done been on here for about an hour and a half. Anything else before we close out?
No, man. Hey, listen, man, you've been kicking with us for an hour and 29 minutes, man. As always, man, like, share, subscribe, comment, free currency, gets us in the algorithm, gets people seeing more of what we're doing. We're steadily trying to fight to get to these numbers, man, and we can only do it with your help, man. So we appreciate you tapping with us always, man. Hit a comment down there, man. Tell us, man, what some of your things on the 53 roster that you think you would want to do, and we'd love to be able to interact with you, man.
Tell us who your surprise cut would be. That's what I want the comment to be. Tell me who your biggest surprise cut would be.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think we've given a lot of good candidates, man. You know, just flat out cut. Tell them don't never come back, man. Man, I would love Donovan Wilson stuff to stop working instantaneously.
Yeah.
I mean, I want his stuff not to work ever again. I want him, shaking the door like, don't you know? And I want it to be so bad that
they got to call security on him. They got to call security.
His stuff don't work. And, Damone Clark, his stuff work go in. He tried to go in behind him. And security like, hey, bro. Nah. There's a reason why yours don't work. Go on back out there. That's what I want. I want his garbage bag to be sitting outside the door. So he ain't got to make no extra trips, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see happen, man.
Okay. So, like Chris said, we need 4 things from you. We need a like, comment, share, subscribe. Share with us who your biggest surprise cut would be. Stevie Mac said Fairweather over Schoon, but they won't do it.
Yeah. Because they love him.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Man, Chris always says that he the sidekick, man. That he's like Alfred in the Batcave, man. But Batman need Nightwing on the side sometimes too. Nightwing is a superhero in his own right. Nightwing is a superhero in his own right. He's going to protect his own city.
But Alfred was dope too, man. He was always clean. He had that little smooth British accent. Yeah, I want to be like that, man. Because deep down inside, man, I wanted to be. I wanted to be like Stringer Bell. I wanted to be, that kind of thing. And so, I'm not from London. I'm from Charlotte.
There we go.
So that's how it happens. That's how it goes down, man. But yeah, man. We and us being you being the head man, being your sidekick, man, we will forever and ever be Frankly Football, man. And so the next time you catch up with us, man.
Peace.